If you look at the stick figure animation, you can see that I took up 30 frames, which is basically a second and a half of animation. So that is how I'm going to animate this next thing, which is going to be using a motion tween. I'm going to animate a ball. So I'm going to make the ball start up here in the left corner. I'm going to make it bounce on the ground, and then I'm going to make it finish up in the right corner. You know, because of gravity, things fall quicker than they go up. So I'm going to start off by getting my oval tool, and I am going to make a ball with a gradient. So I'm going to use that blue black gradient fill, and I'm going to hold my shift key so that I draw a perfect circle. If I double click on it, it selects both the fill and the stroke, and then I can convert this to a symbol. You should be able to do an F8 on your keyboard. For some reason my keyboard doesn't do that. So I'm going to go to the Modify menu and choose Convert to Symbol. I'm going to call this Ball. The type is going to be graphic. The registration point is going to be in the center. And then I'm going to click OK. You can see that it's a symbol now because it has this blue box around it and this little crosshair in the middle. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is I am going to right click or control click and create a motion tween. You can see now in my timeline that there's a blue background here, and it automatically put in the same number of frames as the layer that was underneath that. So I'm going to move my playhead to frame 10. Because if I want it to fall faster than it's going to rise, I'm going to have it fall to the ground in a half a second. Okay, remember I have it at 20 frames per second, and then I'm going to have it take a full second to go back up. Okay, so in frame 20, if I simply drag the ball down to the bottom of the stage, notice how that put in a keyframe. You can see the path here that it took. And you notice how when I position my arrow tool, my selection tool by this path, I get that little curve, which would allow me to curve the path. And then I can move my playhead over 30, and I can move the ball back up to the top right. And again, I can kind of bend my path a little bit. And now, when I do a command return, here you see the ball take that path, bounce, and finish up.